What's up, guys? Vince Reddy here, and welcome to my review of 13 episodes of 2.5 Dimensional Seduction. I don't know what's up with that name. You could just call it Cosplay Queen or Cosplayers Simulator, the show, or something. But yeah, we're just going to call it the Dimensional Seduction. What? These are kids. Anyways, questionable name, but also, what is the 2.5? Gonna call it Lilial. Is that how you say it? I try to really know what the right way to say whatever she's cosplaying. Lilial? I swear. Japanese people trying to come up with European names and white names is the most hilarious, unhinged thing I have ever witnessed, ever. Like just hear how a Japanese person try to come up with Italian names. What the heck is Formaggio? Oh, Mario. Okay. Like, there is a good amount of people from, like Mexicans are named Mario. Especially Filipinos are called Mario. I got a couple of Filipinos named Mario. And there's other, especially Dutch people. I heard that, there's a couple Marios in there. Like, I don't know. That's just a rant of just freaking Japanese people trying to think how they think when it comes to European culture, which they have no idea. But you know what? How they think of the West in terms of these. But anyways, let's talk about this anime that I've been watching. And also I've been, wanting to review the 3 episodes that it came out when I first saw it. But then some stuff came up and here we are. Just me talking about it in my thoughts of the 13 episodes, despite me forgetting some of them. I forget some of it. I do remember some of the characters because I do have them listed. And basically, there's just some points here, at least 6 or 7 points of me talking about, what I've seen. And especially, because right now, there's supposed to be 24 episodes. And we only got 13. So I'm kind of waiting for the rest. I'm waiting for, what's going to happen next. I saw Noah, and I was like, oh, not Noah's Ark, or Trevor Noah. But Noah, N-O-A, I want to know more about her. What's up with her business? Especially her being an introvert. Stop making fun of me. I swear that for the friends that I have that are into cosplay and also me being into anime and gaming, there are some aspects of this particular show where it's just calling me out. Well, you got a problem, 2.5? Why you keep making fun of me? Anyways, we're talking about going to conventions, gaming, and pausing the button just to see, the good-looking girls. Which basically what freaking Lilial did, Amano, Amano, Lilial, the same girl, basically. Even though, she's playing as Lilial, and we don't see Lilial. No, we see, a girl cosplaying and looking like Lilial. So, I'm talking about her. And she's just so relatable. I don't know what it is, but I get this feel, except the whole cosplay thing. I never really did any cosplay ever in my freaking life. Except if I was cosplaying the Jabberwockies. Listen, I'm in the street dance, and pretty much a lot of times I just don't like showing my face. Especially in the earlier times of me doing YouTube. I still never showed my face, but you know what I did show? My Jabberwocky self. Me and my co-host, we basically dressed up as Jabberwockies. That's kind of like the persona, at least supposed to be the persona of us on YouTube. But since you see my anime self, which you see in this review, hopefully you can see it. I don't know if you can see it or anything, but I usually put that in every one of my thumbnails. But that's pretty much what I usually look like, right? And for the cosplay aspect of it, as much as I'm into the whole anime community, I go to anime conventions, at least 10 a year. Or, it's a lot that I go to, except for this year, because I only went to 1 or 2 because I'm going to be traveling soon. And this just seems to be the right time for, especially me knowing how anime conventions go, to check this out, especially the cosplay aspect of it. I've seen documentaries of cosplay. I've seen what they go through. And it's good to see that for especially a lot of other shows that really have basically empowered the cosplay community, especially Dress Up Darling, which is another anime that I never reviewed, but I heard about it. I talked about it, I think, in some aspects in some of my podcasts. And also, I watched some of the episodes and they're okay. And some people might say that there are certain same rhythms of like Dress Up Darling and especially 2.5 dimensional seduction. So there is some notes that is sort of the similar aspect of that in some ways, but I'm only judging this by its own actual sequel, own show itself being separated from, Dress Up Darling, even though that's kind of like a rise because, for the anime, industry recognizing cosplayers is a pretty cool thing. They recognize other aspects of, other things that are close within the anime grounds or just like closer to that territory, like K-pop. I seen like this other show, anime show that I forget the name called, I forget what it's called, basically. I was about to name it and I was like, wait, I forget. What the heck am I saying? And it really does bring a good representation of like, K-pop anime or just like being like trying to be a K-pop group in a very small town. Or just like, people that, travel to Japan or something that are not really from that country, but they're experiencing from another perspective, from other cultures, and also just other aspects that anime is showcasing. And it seems it's beautiful just to see, and especially how this anime really features that. It's also a good way for just the representation to flow within of just like what it's showcasing through like the aspects of what cosplayers go through, of what goes into their mind, and what their motivation is when it comes down to cosplaying their favorite character. Like the meaning of like, do you care about this character or do you do it for the bag? Some of these cosplayers do it for the money. And I kind of felt the same aspect of that, especially in the dance culture, that do you do it for fun or do you really do it for the industry? Those things were heavily brought up within the cosplay meaning, especially when we get to the idea of passion through Nagomi in that episode, trying to be the best cosplayer, trying to really win a lot of photos ops and also just opportunities and having her own agent and just basically rising, but also just understanding the pain that she goes through and what she is trying to achieve within her, upcoming adulthood. That is, like just her being a passionate otaku, of course, but also just wanting to have a job, but, playing as different characters. And I feel like a lot of voice actors also go through that, where they're voice acting a character, but they're also just, like doing it for the paycheck and basically not really caring about the character once they move on, even though that's like could be one of their biggest roles that a lot of their fans recognize. But when you question them, like, like how, which I probably never really seen as, very, very few celebrities that I met, they seem to like their characters, but do they? I really couldn't see it. I'm not a good lie detector. That they really cared about it or they enjoy it, but some of them really do, but also that's like kind of like they're supposed to care about it because that's their job. And pretty much, it's no like business of mine to really know their authenticity of just like recognizing the character that they play. Like I'm not gonna question, my boy Soljic of just, voicing, Chrono's son from God of War. It's like, hey, man, and I don't really care about him for that because I don't usually care about him through the skateboard aspect when I first met him at SAC Anime. But yeah, this is pretty much just, the aspect of that showing through Nagomi. And especially the, how, like, one thing I like about this show, they really do recognize, like, Amano's age. They do recognize that she is young. She's 16. She's in high school. And you see mentors surrounding Amano, surrounding her as being Lilio, and also like the nuances and what she needs to discover. People are surrounding within the cosplay community in her circle, telling her what is the rights and wrongs of what should you do, or the understandings of adulthood, especially, going through Mayuri. And Mayuri seems to have that sense of adulthood, especially her best friend working at an office. And it seems like there could be in a code, and I kind of forgot a bit of it, I apologize, that there is this sense of like, adulthood, but also making sure that your job doesn't really see that much, even though that's your hobby. And sometimes when you go into a job, at least from what I know, I mean, where I work at really doesn't, especially when it comes to like, stuff that I'm into, that, basically I turn into a job, that they don't really see, like, are strict with it. But there's some jobs out there that are very stingent of just like your interest is sort of dictated through your job or the hiring process. If you're good for the job, if you're hired. But if they see a certain thing on your Facebook, on your Instagram, on your YouTube channel, like mine, they basically would make, the verdict of either you get the job or not. And that's just the life we live in. It seems that you're just, put that aspect of just like adulthood when it comes down to actually, supporting yourself, especially. And pretty much one thing I like about the show is that it's all ages when it comes down to experiencing cosplay. At least from what I see, mostly girls. I didn't see the male cosplayers in this aspect, but true to females, it seems like it wouldn't be no different from the males. I wouldn't know. I wouldn't know. I'm not straight. I honestly have the mind of a 60-year-old black woman, so I pretty much have no idea. I don't know. I could see this in a different way compared to a straight man looking at this and giving his perspective. Though straight man, I'm kidding. But yeah, speaking of straight man, Masamune. I call him Masamune, okay, with the ie and the e. That's pretty much what I keep thinking when it comes down to Japanese. Like, Taisuke or Sasuke. Or Yasuke from Assassin's Creed. Yeah, Masamune. Masamune Yasuke. But Masamune is the man of the otaku of, within this, basically the protagonist, but also you witness a relationship between Amano and Masamune. You kind of just like recognize that relationship, but the show recognizes that they're just kids, and pretty much there is just some miscommunications, even though they have feelings for each other, but they're too young to really express that. And they're just living up to the moment of them in the cosplay industry, or just entering it, or basically just living the dream of just being a cosplayer and just having that opportunity. Especially when you have mentors like Megino, and also Megino's man. I don't know, like Megino's photographer name. I don't know his name. I don't know if he even showcased his name or anything like that. I try to look it up, but I don't see it. But basically being the otaku father to mentor Masamune, or just watching over him, or even just like Megino, just giving him the, giving Amano's, like perspective and what is the, realistic way of just doing this whole cosplay thing. Especially, stuff that, Amano, aka Lilio, is new with. And you see that her passion for Lilio is very, very deep within this, which I guess that's a sort of connection between Masamune and Amano, is that they're both really passionate for Lilio. They're both passionate for anime and otaku lifestyle in general. And pretty much there is this shock value through them, this scary, moment when they heard that, oh, their club is going to get shut down soon or something. What do they do in that situation? It seems like there is like this comparison between the two of just how they care about otaku life that could be relatable for anybody that also runs an anime club or basically is into cosplay, especially in a young age. And you kind of see that. You see the notes of that. True, especially with Nagomi and also Noah. It seems that there is this sense of like wanting to be something for like, just being, young, and also being surrounded by other kids that have no idea what you're into, and they question what you're into or something like that. And pretty much it's mostly based within the anime aspect of it, but they never really talked about it much within the gaming aspect, which I kind of always wondered, like, what's up with that department, the gaming, like they both play games. Like, so what's up with the gaming? Like, I would like to know that lifestyle of it. Maybe there could be a show soon. And there's probably some anime shows that do feature, like, something about gaming in general. But what is it when it comes to otaku for gaming? But it's different from the otaku of anime. It's like, man, I would like to see that one day. I don't know if there's a show. If so, let me know. But yeah, do want more of like some of these other characters, especially the ones that we're gonna be seeing soon. And also Makari. I didn't care much about Makari. I don't know if I really care about her as a character. At first, like she was gonna be doing all those tropes like she does. Sis really is hungry for Masamune, and she just wants some of that Masamune. She's desperate. Someone help this lady. But yeah, like I was like, okay, this is uncomfortable to watch. I honestly just remember watching this particular moment between the two, and I don't really see them both in love. I see Makari in love with Masamune, but I don't know. I guess that's not what Masamune wants. And Makari gave up. But also then seeing Lilio, and it was like a moment, it was like, oh, it's you. You're the one flirting with my man. I was like, what? Masamune doesn't even know you. Anyways, I mean, or does, but even especially through childhood, like it kind of makes sense. But then again, it's like, I wonder, because we don't really see Makari much. The big moment was basically when Lilio, aka Amano, aka Lilio, went to the Gomi circle of just like photographers, and she just shined through it. Even though Mayuri kind of shined through it with her cosplay, and basically she took the win. But then, here comes Lilio with the assist, right? Anyways, yeah, that's just my thoughts of these episodes of 2.5 Dimensional Seduction. It's pretty unique, especially if you're into cosplay and in that aspect, especially when it comes down to the romance. Like, these two are just adorable, both Lilio and Masamune. But other than that, yeah, pretty much that's all I have to say for these 13 eps. There's more. So this is not the last time I'm going to be talking about this. But other than that, I'll see you when I see you. One love and a peace. And yeah, God bless.